Yo. Oh my god, no. Almost hurt myself there. Remargral's Breath versus Bear Avalanche. It's getting expensive. The damage is slower to be delivered, so you can't catch an assassin as easily, for example. And the area is smaller. Although the duration is decent, I think Bear Avalanche is better. Bear Avalanche is easier to catch a lot of units within it, and Remargal's Breath is balanced around having it touching all the lanes. I don't know. The two are fine. I wouldn't call any of the two strictly better than the other. Which one was it that I wanted? No, whatever. Let's rewatch them all. See how we were always on the right side of the replays? That's because the game decides who is player 0 and who is player 1 according to their elo. Bringing both might be way too much. Alright, here. Since we're playing 2v2, we should quickly look at all of our 2-cost cards and expect them to play cards like this. So obviously Swarmer's there. We should instantly play a Stint top and an Elite Swarmer bottom, or a Stint bottom. We should not wait. We were very slow there. This is slow. I noticed it when I played it. Or when you played it, sorry. This was slow. You should be playing it as fast as possible so that it contests the bridge. Same bottom lane. Because if you don't, then look, they get 1 XP there. What the fuck? Did I lag out or something? Did you miss anything I said? Damn, how can you lose? So yeah, here we both should have been faster. Much faster. I tried to tank the Swarmers for the puff there. Oh yeah, here. I wanted you to play Curse Bearer here as an instant answer to the Malshar. I was hovering Stint here to get top lane and help the Curse Bearer. I wouldn't put a Curse Bearer 1v1 against an Assassin, but with a Stint, the Assassin gets 1 fewer hit in. So here, Curse Bearer, here, pretty much instantly with my Stint there would have been nice. But instead I put my stint up, so it's whatever. Pretty much the same outcome, but not as fast. That mark could have been played earlier. As soon as you saw the Undying Skeleton there, you could have played the mark. Instead of letting the stint die. By the way, are you there and do you hear me fine? Yeah, I understand, but like theirs was a, I think, Undying Skeleton or even a Toll of the Dead, so that's 4 or 5 mana and you shut it down for 3. It can hardly go wrong. Here's a mistake I made. I'm not sure whose Elite Swarmer this is, but this Elite Swarmer was very bad and useless. I think it was yours actually, because you jumped instantly after. When all the everyone's eyes are on this fight like this, and you intend to jump here, for example, I would highly recommend putting some sort of presence in the other lane. So that Elite Swarmer should have been placed in the bottom here, and then, since you were intending to jump up anyway, because right now we hella lost bottom because we have way too many assets up. God, Unholy Ground is OP. At this point I was saying, oh my god, every single game is cracked ghouls and Unholy Ground, nothing else. It's what everyone knows. It's what the only thing anyone knows how to play. Here I didn't want to play up there. I just wanted to make something happen elsewhere. The Vulture was an idle play. I could have played something else. The Vulture wasn't good. Yeah, Unholy Ground would have been decent here, I think, to make sure we have a few skeletons to cap, so that I don't have to pay stuff like my Disruptor Puff just to tank a hit. Luckily they got a proper res. Here, as soon as you see Mardred, of course you thought about Curse Bearer. Doesn't really matter if you play it at 6 instantly or at 10 in the pocket, as long as he's in the same lane, obviously. Here's something that I am thinking about right now. When we hold the bridge for this long, but we know that our control of the bridge is about to fall off, we should be hovering a melee card in case they play something like Swarmers, so that we can catch them in contest. But that's pretty advanced, and not something we can always keep track of. I'm just thinking about it now. But the fear fucked up, and here I would instantly play Marked once again to shut Undying Skeletons down. I didn't really want to play that aimbot there, it was a kind of a waste. A Mark would have been fine there, but I didn't want them to control the bridge for so long and us having to wait so long again just to step back on it. I just wanted to shut them down there. Although, of course, you were probably planning to use Mark on Mardred, so my bad that I was wrong there. Mark on Mardred is way more effective. I think you Bear Avalanche there, which is great. A bit late, but it's fine. Annoying Unholy Ground. Pretty crazy how the 2 skeletons and the archer won't shot the assassin by themselves. Yeah, I get that. My bad. Here this is kind of losing, and I know that this skeleton is on its way back, so that's why I was thinking, should I put Wordy top? But then I remember that this skeleton was on its way back, so yes, obviously I want to place Wordy there. So I didn't really do the thing where you wait until 10.9 mana. I finally realized that I had to play Wordy there. Annoying Kragool. This is pretty funny. The Disruptor Puff ends up killing the warrior there with the stunt. The stun. Here we don't have much. I should have been the one to play Stint and Elite Swarmer, but I don't know. It's hard when we don't really know each other's decks or playstyle. Here I would recommend not playing in the same lane as them. I would put the Rocket Scrat here just so that their ranged units have to walk further towards us before they lock on to our defense. You could place your Rocket Scrat here and he will still lock on with the Kragool. And it's generally better not to play in the same lane as the enemies push when you're waiting. Oh! You know that because it's what you kept forcing me to do in 1v1. See, with the Shen, I was locked. I couldn't really play in the other lane, neither could I play it in the same lane. But I didn't want to play it in the same lane because playing into the same lane just gives value to the enemy. So yeah, that mark was bad, but you know that. It also helps with the angle and the distance. If you put your Rocket Scrat towards the bottom, the enemies will be kited much closer to the center and the range units will be easier to approach. And it's then easier for us to defend in a more centered way so that we can then have presence in both lanes. Oh my god, that Blade Star. They get an... never mind. I think that Unholy Ground could have been put on the bridge, but that's because you didn't know I was about to play something heavy. But that's fine. Unholy Ground's fucking busted. As we can see here again, stupid Unholy Ground backcapping. And I see you played that preemptively, or maybe I did, I'm not sure. Here when you see Madred, of course, I would highly suggest that the next play, no matter what, is Curse Bearer, so that the first Curse Bearer deliver its damage, and if we need another Curse Bearer, you'll have one. This Wordy wasn't great from my... This beam was pretty bad also. It's because I got used to somehow missing the back line when I tried to aim beams at Mardred that this time I aimed way too much at the Badass Mancer instead of the Mardred. So it was a waste. If I hadn't failed my beam, you could have marked up, for example. Here I use aimbot to absorb a hit. It's kind of insane how Berserker Rage and the bridge buddies there killed that Kragool, and he doesn't even step on the bridge. Berserker Rage is so damn strong. This burn the bridge was useless. Here I see they kept top and we're enforcing bottom, so I disrupt her bottom. Maybe? No, I don't. Never mind, I'm dumb. It's because I wanted to make something happen with the Ember, I think. Which you steal. careful. Shield Guard is probably one of the best targets for Berserker Rage because he's super sturdy and he has a very easy time delivering his damage. So he is immensely strong with it. Nice curse bearer there. I saw that you put your curse bearer very much in front, so I quickly put an aimbot to help the DPS him down. I don't know why I beamed there, that's a pretty shitty beam. I was pretty much just memeing. I had 10 mana and I had not much to do. Wait, how did the curse bearer even get there? And the assassin got wrecked. That was good. I burned the bridge there because I knew that Cleaver wouldn't one-shot the 60. They have a fucking heal, god, fuck off. Here I didn't want to give the... Yeah, you did the well with the barrel shield there, but I didn't want to... I wanted us to be able to keep that skeleton alive to enforce him with a Berserker Rage. Didn't give them a free mana reduction. They always play bottom or lane with that rammer, it never does anything. Why do they bother? Here I would once again... sorry, I don't know. It's tough because you can either play the curse bearer there and forget that we can hold the bridge, or wait, which isn't good either. That was fine, they played in the same lane. The burn the bridge there was to DPS down the Marjorie. Deal some damage to it to help us out later. I like how the marked here made him not go invisible. Here up top, I knew that that assassin was about to stealth before the skeleton could bob him, but Impetus would also do that. I should have sent Impetus towards the top, but I panicked. See there, that was pointless. Yeah, I know that you know. But I wanted to share an observation I had with Rage. Rage isn't that interesting most of the time, but we have been getting very good use out of it with proper usage of melee units and things like Vulture grabbing it at the right time. And it made me realize that Shield Guard of Light is extremely good with Rage. He breaks a lot of thresholds with Rage and Berserker Rage, and he's beefy obviously, and he can deliver damage easily. He hits quite fast too. That's pretty funny. Wait, we paid 3, they paid 5. I don't know why I played that at 8. I guess I just wanted them to play, but I don't know. Here you could have played Bear Avalanche because you didn't have anything else really to... You could have dealt damage to middle, or I guess you can unholy ground bottom, it's whatever. I played Stint to make something happen there, but of course they have a fucking crack goal like everyone. I put it in the center just... I don't know. It's not great, it's not bad, it's just there. I don't really like the Unholy Ground there. Didn't you have Mark? Mark is so much better than Unholy Ground to kill a crack ghoul. They would have killed him before he got 2 hits in. But that won't really matter anymore since they're nerfing Mark, but yeah, not Mark, Ground. That should have been a Unholy Mark. Cleavers are very good targets for Morgrul's Mark. Not great for Unholy Ground. Oh my god, how did you do that? I didn't know that was possible. You capped it behind and it's not even rolling on it. Also, how does it not have 350 health? I thought it would explode at 350. That really looks like 350 to me. It's like 320. Here we overplayed, of course. We didn't need both the Curse Bearer and the aimbot. But that comes from us hovering to communicate better with each other. Oh, here's the Bear Avalanche. You know how that went. I pinged the bears that are moving over there. As for what you just said in chat, you let opponents use their mana first. That's not necessarily always good in 2v2. Of course, it's good practice in general, but sometimes it's actually worth it to make the opponent overpay or to make them panic where people play too slowly and you actually gain XP from just playing an Elite Swarmer and they are too slow with their whirly, for example. So I wouldn't always wait to 10 mana in 2v2s because everyone plays horribly expensive shit like Crack Ghoul and Rekinator way too early. So by us paying our cheaper cards, we make the enemy expose themselves with something expensive like that, which we can answer for 3 mana and then back cap, and it's a more smooth way to initiate a match. Waiting to 10 mana when you're playing controlled decks like this is allowing the enemy to play the game in the way they want to play. Yeah, that's why I thought, well, like, both of us, we knew that the Regulator eventually was gonna explode and we needed more DPS, so both of us should have been hovering our answer. But that just comes with experience. Here I would play your Rocket Scrat first, by the way. Where's the Rocket? I played the Wordy because I didn't want to give them free mana. I expected the Rocket Scrat or Unholy Ground there. Me paying for that Wordy was terrible. Where's the Rocket Scrat? Use it for a Crack Ghoul. He's so good against Crack Ghoul. Too bad we lost bottom there. That was very risky of me. I should have played it at the back so that he only fights 3. Or even I should have played it forward. I don't know. I played it away from the scratch so that summoning sickness, etc. But I should have just waited a bit more. I was certain that it was gonna die. Somehow it didn't. Morgrul's Mark here would be great, again. You gotta use it. Or even you could Morgrul's Mark this Scrat right there, or, well, you're on Holy Ground. So that's fine. Same use. I don't know why they played that Elite, that was awful. This time you get it right, so that's good. We see a Jolo with haste, we probably need an Elite Instant or something else. Or... Good mark there. Although bottom lane is losing, so we need to do something. That's why I put that, and then put that, protect. Beam on the Morgul. I mean, crack ghoul. This is a downside of Ratbow. All of the 2 little Scrat spawns made the Vulture stall instead of hitting face, which allowed me to impetus the sniper. This Scrat is funny because he pretty much reaches the bridge as as fast as the Disruptor. I could have played the Disruptor bottom lane, but no, Volko is too slow. Damn, you almost leaked, but you didn't. Here I see them overcommit with this, so I commit a little less with something just as strong, kinda. Damn, that thing melted. Good mark. Too bad he got a second kill in. I think we could have killed it faster. They really played well that Jolo catching that. Sorry, let me read your messages. Yeah, I played the Whirly just to not give 1 mana, but it was bad. Well, we pretty much won at this point. Here I'm going for the Ember with Shield Guard. You see that I played very conservatively with my Shield Guards until late game. Here if this became too common of a problem, we should bring a Daggerfall along with an Impetus Blast. But this is the first time they ever dealt with this in such a good way, so neither of us knew to save Bear Avalanche or Impetus for this. I leaked here because I was hovering my beam there. I was like, oh, come on, give me something to do. Here, you should be counting your bullets and not reloading for no reason. Because you reload here. Never mind, that reload was correct. I thought you had shot your what is it called? Your high-powered laser on the buzzer, but you timed it right. Here's the usual stint answer from me. This was good, by the way, just 1 kill, I think. The beam to kill a Grenadier. Pretty bad beam. Well, are you talking about Morgul's Mark? I like to use it to backcap. I like to use it to help fights out. It's super versatile, so I try to use it as soon as there's a decent opportunity to. Since it's cheap, you can it helps you cycle in a decent way, and you can cycle back to it again since it's so versatile. It's hammer time. I do try to play fast, maybe too fast sometimes, but it's to squeeze out those XP ticks and to deny those few XP ticks. Honor and rage. Here I played too early. I could have been a bit more patient and wait until they play something like Swarmers, even Spear Throwers. And the elf was useless there. well, kind of useless. This one was too fast. You should have waited. Make sure you look at the target indicator above their head, because like, this is the absolute, completely, 100% worst time to play the stint. You could not have played that stint worse. The best time would have been before the Marine even stepped on the bridge. You should have played your stint instantly so that the Marine doesn't even step on the bridge. This gave the absolute longest possible control to the enemy, because the Marine walked all the way here, didn't even get targeted by Master Tower, and then the full Summoning Sickness, and then Stint even has to... oh, he almost had to roll forward, wasting more time. This whirly was late, I could have played that earlier, so that... okay, well, at least they didn't get an XP tick from that, so that whirly was okay. Yeah, you were looking at top lane. Funny. Here, this is a concession we need to do, and just wait and we put something behind. It's not worth. Here I was wondering why you played that at 8 mana instead of 10. Shouldn't you wait till 10 mana if you're gonna play it in an idle manner? Anyway, I was waiting for that and I was gonna put the Elite Swarm bottom. I like how Setsu shot 5 times there so she gets a reload. This defenso is so bad. Here I was very dubious about this Curse Bear. You played it too early. You don't want the Curse Bear to fight that. Curse Bear should not be tanking damage. It's like an assassin. Don't let him tank. And here I expected you to use your Rocket Scrat to tank a hit from the brother there. Don't let your Curse Bear get hit like that. Ah! You should have put your Rocket Scrat there. That was risky, but it worked out because of the long attack range. Do I beam that? No, I think I Impetus. Yeah. Just to slow them down on their side. Oh my god! That wheel was good. But yeah, you should be more prone to using Rocket Scrat on our side to protect from singular heavy hits like a Brother or Cleaver. I don't know the way you see Rocket Scrat, but you should introduce that too to your arsenal. Why is there a sword here? Whose sword is this? Is it a Scrat sword? No, it's the dummy. That was a good Bear Avalanche, I think. Yeah. It hits so many units. That's why I love Bear Avalanche over Remarga's Breath. You get to do that. Here I got nothing to do. My hand is kind of bad sometimes. Like, I don't want to play Shield Guard, but the others are bad also. I guess I play a Wordy there. The reason I played the Wordy there is because Stint had just crossed over and they could have played something like Marines or Swarmers there, so I just preemptively played a Stint at 10 instead of putting it at the back. Nice zap, killing 17 mana's worth. 5 plus 7 because Kragul got 1 reduction, I guess. Did I say 17? I meant 12. Here, I think we should have done something better, but I'm not sure what. And this trap is very annoying. I wasn't even sure if my Elite Swarmer could kill the trap and the Marine, but there probably would have been something we could have done there. But I don't know. I was afraid that the Elite Swarmer would die, so I waited on the Marine. Holy, look at the damage it deals! Here, when you see a big unit like that, I highly encourage that your next play is a Curse Bearer. No matter what you have in your hand, I would play a Curse Bearer first and then do whatever else you want to do. At the back preferably, so that he's not tanking. That's why I put the Vulture there, because I don't think the Curse Bearer is not going to kill that on his own. He doesn't deal burst damage, he deals damage over time. Also, it's just as a way to communicate better with me, for example. If you place your Curse Bearer at the back as soon as you see that, it's one less stress on my mind, because I know that there's a Curse Bearer that I'll be able to use later. Instead of putting the Curse Bearers right there in front of the Reckonator and making me panic, that's not very good practice there. So it's like a checklist. The Reckonator appears in my brain, I think, okay, we need a Reckonator appears in my mind, I think, okay, we need a Curse Bearer in that lane. And then I stress and I think, come on, play it, when is he gonna play it, where is he gonna play it? So if you play it as soon as Reckonator is played, or Akinlep, or Colossus, or Mardred, in the pocket, that's just instant peace of mind. It doesn't really matter in this particular match, because there isn't much going on. But in a higher skill match, might be good to instantly put your Curse Bearer so that you have that taken care of for later. So, because of your hasty play with the Curse Bearer, you had to pay 4 more mana, whereas we could have easily handled that with much less mana and more health left on the Curse Bearer. Here I don't know why I played that instead of aimbot. I guess I wanted careful here, that might have lost. He just won because of the rage. You gotta be wary of units, of stray units when you play Bridge Buddies. That was... I don't think Unholy Ground is really worth playing on a Harbinger like that. I'm not thinking about the defense, so the Unholy Ground was too early, played too soon. The enemy had plenty of time to do something about it. You need to be sure that really our melee units are very close to, like, within under a second of attacking it before you use it. Maybe you used it to distract it, but that wouldn't really work either. Yeah, okay, you tried to save the shield guard. That won't really work either, and the skeletons aren't gonna kill it, they'll just stall it. What's funny is that you could have then put Morgul's Mark on it now that it's on the floor. Look, the Harbinger is on the ground, but not really anymore. Luckily aimbot is OP. That was the worst fucking... I didn't know they had a Khaled. I thought it was the brother of the Burning Fist. Why would they play Ritual of Servitude at the front like that? So bad. It could have been a Namun and it would have been pointless. But that was the worst fucking burn the bridge ever. That mark was fine because it saved the aimbot. And that Wordy was there to save the aimbot again. That Elite Swarmer was late. Whenever there's a ranged unit there, you should make sure that your Elite Swarmer contests the bridge. Luckily the Puff saved the day. Here I was considering beaming top, but I don't really care about Bara. He's not important enough to kill with a beam. I just took the value there because it was free on the tombstone, but otherwise I wouldn't have really cared. Oh, you followed my burn the bridge with the worst jump ever. a bit too at the back there. And that wheel was not good either. Didn't save anything. Wasn't gonna capture the bridge. If a play doesn't capture a bridge, it's not really worth doing. So yeah, that was 6 mana wasted there. That's a better Curse Bearer there. As soon as we... Okay, so... I'm pretty sure something we need to understand, mostly when fighting players that aren't top players, is that on their side, they don't have mana banked and they don't have answers banked. Meanwhile, we're always sitting at 10 mana, not really daring to play anything. But when they do something like that, a Crack Ghoul instantly on the bridge like that, that should have been your cue to pretty much instantly play Morgul's Mark. If they have an answer like, I don't know, a Grenadier, then okay, we lost that exchange. But they just played something so heavy that is counterable, and we're both sitting at so much mana that we need to be able to use that advantage somehow. And if nothing on the board ever happens, then we don't have anything to direct that advantage towards. But by sometimes playing a bit more aggressively, like playing that Morgul's Mark there, even though they might shut it down, then it makes something happen on the board, which allows us to finally apply that advantage. I think I leaked there. I used my aimbot shield there. We have not that many tools to shut down Crack Ghoul, but we kind of have a few. Like we have Rocket Scrat, we got Morgul's Mark, we got Whirly, we got Shield Guard, we got Disruptor Puff, we got aimbot shield. Using them to shut down the Crack Ghoul pays off very much. Here I did such a... I was lining up my bean here. It took me a while to cast it because I was not sure at all if I could hit the Defenso and the turret, but I somehow did, but it took me too long, so the Defenso took less damage than I had hoped. Okay, here I knew two things. I knew that Bear Avalanche would not kill the aimbot, and I knew that the bear would roar. And it took me like 3 seconds of discussing that with myself. I was like, should I impetus that away? Should I impetus that away? And finally I did. Here a Bear Avalanche would not be very good, so it's a good thing you didn't. Curse Bear here, it's okay. You could also place it in the pocket there. Like, there's two different approaches. If you put your Curse Bear at the back, it means that we will have the Curse Bear alive for a fight, and we will add friends on him, and we will pierce through with the Curse Bear alive. If you put it on the bridge, then you are just sending the Curse Bear on a suicide mission to deliver some damage. So it's really up to the situation or how you want to approach it. Nice wheel. I hope I don't leak there. I'm constantly almost leaking. That was a waste of a stint. Why didn't I... Oh, the reason I didn't play Whirly is because there's a Crack Ghoul in this lane. I could have played Whirly bottom lane along with the Burn the Bridge, would have killed those. I think. Better than wasting my tech. Maybe, not sure. Maybe better than leaking? I don't know. Those really took a lot of damage from me. So yeah, I should have played my Whirly bottom. That was so close to not working out. You even had the sound play. I could not have been closer. Annoying scream there. There isn't much to say about this right here. I think it's the last game where I was like, oh no, I was telling myself, no, stop playing in the same lane as the enemy, and then you pinged your jump and with a thumbs up. It was top lane. They played the Colossus. And we had an Ember available top, so I took that chance to play a shield guard with Berserker on the other lane. Ah, yeah, for the beam. But I almost didn't kill the Kragul with it. And it would have been crazy though. The Kragul would have gotten 1 mana reduction and they would have gotten the bridge. So just that, like, it's probably a tenth of a second difference there that gained us 2 mana. We need to pay 2 to get the bridge afterwards, so it's like a 4 mana difference that tenth of a second did. I impetus there just to get things out of the way, I think, to spread out their forces to enable our forces to deliver damage to units that aren't together. That slow was fine, mostly for the Kragul and for the reload, I guess. Oh my god, the Berserker rage on that just melted. Also, that one shield guard dealt so much damage. Along with the aimbot, sort of. That worry was too much. Look at that Berserker damage! It's insane. I don't know if I should have burned the bridge there. It was kind of pointless. Oh, actually I didn't. Wow, I'm smart. I played it top for more threatening units and to make full use of the damage. Here, you should have put your rocket scrat. When you see brothers or cleavers, you should be thinking to use your rocket scrat to absorb damage for other units. I'm leaking, I got nothing to do. By the way, I think if you had played your rocket scrat there, I could have played my shield guard more decisively. And then, well, it doesn't really matter anymore. We win. Ah, I have so many dead cards all the time in my hand. Okay, last one. By the way, of course I know you don't play poorly, and I know that you realize these things. I am just trying to cover things you might not exactly notice sometimes, or offering new perspectives. Oh god, wasn't this the easiest match ever where we got Mana Frenzy when they had the 173 XP?
Good choice. Let's go crack some skulls. Let's go.
I think I played that instantly because they had a Mordor. No, it's because I saw the 2 mushrooms, kinda, I think. And I was like, I'll force them to play in that lane because they want to play so that we can get things started. I was getting a bit like, this is too easy, complacent. I found it funny that she instantly died. I didn't expect that. See, here's what I mean about waiting to 10 mana. If the enemy hasn't played by like 7 or 8 mana, then you know that they're pretty much waiting to drop at 10 mana heavy expensive units. So that should kinda encourage you to play a bit sooner than 10 mana on your own. That beam was bad. Like, as soon as I cast the beam I was like, oh shit, wait, they haven't played anything, and obviously they're gonna be some kind of priestess cheese. That beam was terrible. Such a waste of a beam. I could have caught so many things with it. Right here, I could have caught all 3 of them instead. Luckily, you had Bear Avalanche. Otherwise, it would have been very bad for us. Here the target for Bear Avalanche was the priestess, so you should have aimed the front of the spell on the priestess and nothing else. That's like when you play Bear Avalanche, you need to identify the key target that you want to deal the full damage to and aim at that. The others will die from collateral damage. Lucky she didn't get punched. Then I know you saw, oh, it's a statue, so I gotta use curse, but not really worth it. It's already cursed anyway. But then here I should have impetused, because Curse Bearer is very valuable here, and he has rage, and Setsu still have bullets. So yeah, that was my bad. I should have impetus that, but I didn't expect them to play something that stupid. Like, that impetus would have killed that Fergus. I wouldn't have needed to play game mode. Do you not have high five? As for here, I wish I had Whirly, but I don't know. I could have Elite Swarmer. I was mostly just being patient and not playing anything, instead opting to use spells, but yeah, I guess it makes sense that I didn't play Elite Swarmer. Then your Rocket Scrat there is good to kill the monkeys, so I help out. Well, actually, I played the Whirly regardless of the Rocket Scrat. I was just... That was not a good Whirly. I don't think the monkeys were even in range of the first attack. But the Rocket Scrat saved the day. There we played more Gruul's Ragers. They both have rage and it's two of them. Beam? Yeah, I didn't care. Because I kinda knew that I would cycle to another beam by the time their threat would mass up. I like the mark there, but here as soon as they played that aimbot, you could have played Bear Avalanche. Mostly for the slow, so that the swarmers that you just spawned would be wouldn't die as fast. But I don't think either the mark or the Bear Avalanche was very good here, because both don't really accomplish anything because they have Heal Shrine and Arcanist. That Bear Avalanche there was only worked because of the Setsu jump. Interestingly, the Golem was slowed and the other one died and it's walking backwards. But I don't think the mark and the Bear Avalanche and the jump, I don't think any of that was really good. You should give me context when you type in chat, because I lose all of the context. So when you felt like playing Morgul's Mark, I think at that moment we should just look at top lane and play top lane instead. We should have totally ignored bottom until they set up their stupid push, and meanwhile we can put our own units top lane. Just ignore them. We don't want to play into them because of the archetype they're going for, which is, you know, aimbot, Arcanist, healer, healing shrine, golems. We don't want to fight on their side at all. It's so much easier to fight on our side, unless we have beam. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say that, like, yeah, of course you want to save Bear Avalanche for their Priestess, Arcanist, Healing Shrine also, so nah, that's why none of that should have happened anyway, so it's not really worth discussing. I didn't even know they had an XP Shrine. I didn't even notice it at that time. It's funny because this is one of the games where we won by the largest margin. Here, if we were one of mind, I would be hovering my Whirly Scrat there, and you would be hovering your Rocket Scrat about here. So that Whirly gets rid of these, and Rocket Scrat gets rid of the well, Rocket Scrat both brings the golem over and maybe takes a hit. Because the crossbow dude isn't gonna kill a Rocket Scrat barrel shield. So playing Rocket Scrat here and a wordy there pretty much at the same time would have been great there. Unfortunately we had to wait because we aren't that good, I guess. But luckily we got Disruptor Puff, being very helpful. Meanwhile, bottom lane, the Curse Bear is really shredding that warrior. If the Curse Bear had rage, that warrior would have been dead. Also, she has a heart attack before stepping on the bridge, which is great. Here I said that Reboomer is gonna get stunned. Nothing we could do about it. Well, would a Rocket Scrat even work? I don't think so. That was good though. Here, for once, I aimed properly. And they put the tombstone on it, so massive value. Here, it took me a bit here to realize, like, hahaha, whatever, it's dead, but like, I was like, oh fuck, it's gonna mark the statue and give them a statue. We gotta kill that. I think that's why I added the vulture there. Nothing much for us to do at this point. Bear Avalanche there was okay, like you didn't have anything else to do. Kill a 3 cost, it's fine. I played that shield guard because we were perk 3, otherwise I would not have played that. Man. That elf died because Mordar hit it once.
I don't think Red can keep this up.
Here, of course, I guess you want to cycle too. Oh, this is the moment I was talking about. I don't want to play into the red golem, really. Generally don't want to play in the same lane as an enemy's big push. But that was me being too cautious because we were probably able to enforce them. I had beam, I didn't think that you had Setsu and the piercing shot. And I didn't consider that. You had Bear Avalanche eventually, I had Beam, so it was fine to enforce it. That Elite Swarmer, that's why I was like, why? I think I Beam here because I see the aimbot step on top of the Golem. That Elite Swarmer actually ended up being useful because it slowed down the Golem inside of the beam. That beam was for the aim button, mostly. I didn't even think that I see these monkeys and I don't even consider them being a very big threat, but they're still 4 mana. But yeah, it makes sense for you to enforce that. Nice heal shrine. That was mostly me not knowing your intention, or yeah, your intention, but I didn't consider Setsu. Oh my god, it's so funny how this Setsu lives through all this. The Vulture helped here. The Rage and Vulture. So much damage. It's how much? It's 40 times 1.35 plus 20 because it's additive, so she does 74 damage per shot and 148 per charged shot. Look at their XP. And they had an XP shrine too. That's the thing, they probably struggle extremely hard with XP. So they think that XP Shrine is gonna fix their issue. Oh, can't believe that Boomer exploded again. Didn't even get 200 XP. Okay, that was fun. Too bad we only played 4. Look, I'm always on the right side. It's because I'm the one who is taking longer to find a match. Pom 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 on the right. Goodbye. Did I get everything? Cool.